Welcome to the Private Charlie Club podcast, making you 12 and a half minutes more awesome each week. He's Ben. I'm Richard. Let's go. Ben, how you doing this
mate,
week?
You're sounding a bit better too. That's good. Good to have you back.
I'm fighting my way through. It's an uphill slog, but can't keep a good man down,
the
as
man
they
flu
say.
is brutal. It's only 50% of the population would know.
Flu is
or is it 49% or something? Hey, new listener country call out is Venezuela this week. Now, on the phone, it's very common for Venezuelans to answer hello, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah.
Hello.
So,
that's pretty cool.
G'day to our Venezuelans, or hello if you're on the phone. Hey, the Fully Awake project, mate. As we get older, have you learnt the power of holding your tongue? Like just not saying something?
Yes. Largely, yes. I was always quite good at it, actually, to be fair, I think.
That's a fair call. I haven't been historically good at holding my tongue, but I did actually recently. I was in Jakarta airport. I was waiting in line in an airport bathroom. There was 5 cubicles, and I felt like I was there forever. It seemed like an eternity. I reckon it was probably only 10 minutes. But the old me would have yelled out, "Come on, hurry up, what's going on?" The new me, I didn't say a thing. I was very zen. Anyway, this guy in the cubicle nearest to me, he walks out, goes over and washes his hands. And I gave him like the death stare. But I didn't say a thing. And the cleaner gives the cubicle the once over, and so I've gone and used it. Anyway, 20 minutes later, I'm seated on the plane. The guy from the cubicle comes in and sits right next to me. What are the chances? Like, there was probably 40 flights leaving in the period that I was in the airport. What are the chances that guy, like, imagine if I'd actually like spoken up, it would have been a completely different flight to the one that we actually had, which was
it would have been a very different flight, bit tense.
So there you go. As I get older, you can teach an old dog new tricks, and
well done, well played.
Happy. While I was in Indonesia, though, we'll move straight into the travel tip of the week. Count your change. I bought something in Bali, and I can tell you it was 109,000 rupiah, right? I handed the guy 120,000. He gave me back a 10.
So like $10.
It's not a lot of money. But he handed me back a 10,000 rupiah note, and he just said, "Sorry, I don't have any 1,000 notes." And I was like, so he's shortchanged me with this biggest smile on his face. I mean, is that the best scam ever? Can you like just not give people the full change and just say, "Sorry, I don't have it"? Is that a thing in Indonesia?
It kind of is, actually. Yeah, it kind of is a thing.
Buyer beware. So I could have tapped.
So,
I could have used FPOS.
It could be a scam.
I could have used FPOS, and I was trying to use up my my currency because I'm not Jason Bourne, unlike someone else on this podcast, and yeah, it just struck me that it was completely oblivious to the fact that he was shortchanging me and just saying, "Sorry, I haven't got it. Move on." So
there we go.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, good one. Count your change in Indonesia, folks, or use digital means. Hey, any listener feedback coming in, mate?
A listener, JR, writes in during the week, and he says, "I was going to flick you an email because I like the discussion on the fast train, the fast train in Japan deep dive. They also have an amazing heated toilet seats. Did you know that you can also choose your theme music while you're in the toilet? Rain, wind, gentle music, whatever suits." And he says, "The feature's not available everywhere. They just got lucky." So how about that?
Interesting.
That sounds like it's not really encouraging you to get out of there faster. That sort of sounds like
gentle music might have you just having a nap.
Exactly.
I'm glad he didn't flick us the email. He knows that we, if he's obviously listened to some of our other episodes. I'm not too sure about this heat-seated toilet either. That's heated seat toilet. I'm not a fan. I would be up and out as quickly as possible on that little episode. Yeah, okay, interesting. Interesting. So the conundrum of the week,
is
we alluded to this last episode. You rent cars from time to time, right? And do you fill it up like when you return it, or do you just pay the $9 a litre or whatever they charge?
I know. What is that? How do they even calculate what that number's?
And why do they ask us to prepay a tank? Who is going to actually do? Oh yeah, please, charge me as much as you'd like for something that I'm
just going to leave it here and
something that I'm not going to use. Do you get to go to the end and say, I'll pay for that whole tank so can I have the rest of it in a jerry can, thanks? But my question to you is, what's the furthest you can be from the airport when you're returning that rental car and you're filling it up and it still gets, you come across the line and you've got a full tank that you present to the staff that you hand the car over? Have you done the maths on this?
I haven't done the maths, but I'm pretty sure that I've filled up 30 or 40 Ks from the end before, and then it was fine. I think so long as those gauges, they often just kind of like max out at the top, and so you've got a bit of wiggle room there to play with. I think.
I reckon your number's pretty close. I actually tried to do some maths on this. And so
research.
It's not research per se. I mean, I did it in my head.
When you fill up,
the average car's probably got a 60-litre tank, so that's what I worked on. And I reckon the needle would probably start to move at about 5% usage, which is 3 litres. And your average car is doing, 7 or 8 kilometres per litre in city traffic. So that's the sort of 20 to 25. But to your point, you've got that wiggle room at the top of the needle. So I had guessed it was in that 30 to 40 range as well. So interesting, because, the current me is always sort of like driving as close to the airport as I can to fill up so that I don't get caught. But now I'm sort of thinking, no, I'm going to test this. I'm going to start.
But it's always a hassle trying to fill up near the airport, right? Because they always have these crazy maze of one-way streets to kind of like get around and stuff. And sometimes, like at Coolangatta, for example, the closest petrol station is in fact you've kind of got to exit the petrol station onto the service road and then loop back around through the airport to get to sort of return the car. It's
not helpful.
Yeah, it's a maze. You've kind of got to learn it, right?
Whereas Adelaide and Brisbane have both got very accessible service stations on the way back into the airport. I think you pay a premium at Brisbane because they know that you're probably going to shoot through there. I don't know if Adelaide does that too.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, I've found both of those cities pretty simple. Sydney, I ended up mapping a service station that was near the airport into the GPS so that I could just click that first and then go on to the airport. But I don't hire cars too often in Sydney now. That's not a city I like driving in too often.
It's so with the train there too. It's great, right? You can just get pretty much straight to where you need to go.
This new thing called Uber, I think that might take off. What? Other people drive for you now, mate. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Fancy.
Hey, short episode. Probably, not a bad thing for those who've had to sit through our deep dives from time to time. We'll give them a few minutes back. That is it, Richard. Listeners have been BCC'd on our week. To our listeners, thanks for joining in. We'd love to hear from you. Why not head over to bravocharlie.club to get in touch? We'd love some feedback. JR, flick us your feedback. I know you want to. And in next week's show, we ask, how come we can go on a road trip and people are fully on board with that, but the term air trip has never taken off? See you next week. Bravo Charlie Club out.
And that's the pod.